Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to Going Medieval Part 3. We have finished the storehouse over here and it is pretty functional, I would say. So we're no longer keeping items out here in the cold. This is our waste bin, by the way, so because of it being waste, it's going to be outside. We don't really worry about it currently, but this is the finished little storehouse that will be housing pretty much all of our items going forward. We have a little bit of food storage on the right side and pretty much general storage on the left side. I haven't yet started using the upper floor. We'll probably start using the upper floor once we kind of run out of room on the lower floor. Now, something to note about storage, something that I've been kind of wondering about myself is if you hover over things, especially food, it says it's going to decompose, right? And it's rotting because of temperature. And that kind of makes sense. It's no longer rotting because of floor type. It looks like the floor stone is pretty good at keeping these relatively clean and off dirt and things. But temperature. So I was kind of thinking, well, how did people store food? Usually in like a cellar or something. Because ground temperature underneath the ground is far more consistent, lower than a building above ground. So I'm going to be building a root cellar, I think, today, guys. And it's going to go underneath here. And I'm going to have the entrance be probably either this side or the opposite side yet. So we're going to have to dig down. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. And we are going to dig it out slowly because I'm worried, and kind of ran into this a little bit when I was testing out mining in my single player like little test save. You know, they can kind of dig out underneath their feet by accident and fall down here and get stuck. So I'm gonna try and dig this out a little bit slowly, and then we'll get a staircase in, and then we'll start digging out underneath this whole area. And this is gonna be our food storage, long term. And will hopefully work out for us. Like, so for example, if Marcus was digging underneath Henrik right now, it would be pretty much causing him to fall down if that was the thing. So I'm gonna do this slowly, a little bit methodically, so that we can get underground and store these things a little bit, hopefully proper. This is a test. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm really hopeful that it will. Otherwise, let's look at research. I spent some research points. We have preserving food unlocked, and you guys already saw our better bed. But if you come over, I haven't made the food preservation item yet, so I figured that could be something we do. Now, the food preservation is like smoking, based on my other little test that I was doing. So like smoking meats. It doesn't look like it's going to be able to preserve like stew or things like that, which is unroofed and outside now. So that's concerning that they're just kind of leaving that there. So we will get ready for that. Maybe go to base. It might be production. Yeah, smokehouse. Limestone and clay. You know, we could... Maybe, if this is going to be food preservation, why not build like a couple of them? Kind of like that along there to have like a little bit of a smokehouse addition to the storage area. That could be cool. We're going to need clay, which we have 59 limestone. We have 9 clay, so we need more of that. So if we come over here to the clay, we'll allow harvest on about that much is what we'll need. Limestone wise, there's some over here on the ground, and I might have to start a limestone quarry at some point when we start kind of really worrying about getting a whole bunch of stone. I'm a little curious to see long term as well, like how long until we get another member, you know? Because right now, you know, I feel like our productivity is okay, but obviously the more people we get, the more specialized we become, and the more productive overall we become because people aren't bouncing around doing multiple roles. How about food? We have some cabbage. We got some red currant. Cabbage is replanted. We got ripening carrots now. which is pretty cool. We got beets, they're ripening, and barley. Alright, so now mine. Alright, I think doing those 4 next will be good, and then we should be able to get the staircase in at that point. And it kind of looks like digging up dirt does provide a little bit of clay, which is pretty nice. Are you gonna get stuck back there? Hold on. I'm worried he's gonna get stuck. There we go. So undraft him. There we go. Sometimes, you know, they don't stand in the right position to build, and that might be a concern. So just be mindful of that if you're putting a couple buildings beside each other. So this, we're going to, I guess, 50. I kind of wish until you, oh, forever. There we go. Forever. So now we will produce smoked meat pretty much forever. I don't know how long that's gonna last us, but that's a thing that's gonna be happening. Let's get some staircases. I don't know if we can put this in here yet. Oh, we can? Okay. So the staircase will take us straight down, and maybe we can also mine out that so we can start thinking about a door. And now that we have the staircase kind of laid out, we can think about I kind of want a stone structure, to be honest. You know? That could be cool. So let's do stone walls. And this is just basic limestone walls. Nothing too fancy here. And then doors. Wooden doors are fine. Honestly, stone and wood together always looks good. And then maybe a thatched roof will look plenty good. So that'll be our little cellar entryway. And once we get that kind of constructed and a little bit more dug out underneath here, we'll start going ahead and building the floor out of stone, because it looks like that is going to be important for us. Let's slice down a little bit. Food storage is okay. We're going to start working on that. How much limestone do we have? I'm going to need a lot more limestone. Like a lot more. So we're going to have to extend our limestone quarry a little bit over here. And eventually I'll probably get a staircase in here, just so that, you know, if the people do get stuck down in the mine, we can get them out. All right, speed up time. Let's go up. Now, I did get a comment saying I don't have a support beam here. It's not required to have them on those, but I do agree it's a little weird looking without it, so we will go ahead and include it, just so it looks like the roof is a little bit more supported. We do need to get another home built this episode, so that we can start housing more people when they arrive. So let's go ahead and do that, a new home. You know, these guys are gonna get a neighbor, I suppose. So we'll do 3. This one I want to have like another little entryway. Honestly, I really like the looks of these like L-shaped structures. Probably the most. They tend to be kind of the most quaint when it comes down to it. But I might even add like a T shape on this one. Now the T shape's gonna be weird on how this gets made. You know, all the roof lines are gonna have to point the same direction, or else they're not gonna line up. You know, very similar to how we had to do that one. So let's get a door, and we'll not have a back door. I don't think we need a back door. But maybe like double windows here. Window kind of like that. I think laying out sometimes the interior, like window placement and stuff, is kind of easier. And then going in with the walls. Again, just a mixture of stone and wood for these basic homes. And don't worry, I do plan on making a more fortification-like structure eventually. Some sort of lordly hall that's defensible. So don't worry, we will eventually get that kind of stuff in. This one can be wooden roof just to kind of mix it up. And we will get the roof laid out. Just like that. Not too bad. You know, again, you know, it's early beta. I'm not gonna fret too much about the missing, you know, roof pieces or anything like that, or, you know, so far everything is at least working, and honestly, that's what I kind of care about a little bit more. But I do still wish, you know, we just had more. Just give me more to work with, and I can make some hopefully very beautiful builds in this game. Because graphically, in the lighting engine, you know, I think it could support some pretty nice structures in the long term. Let's zoom down here and start digging out more of this root cellar. I don't know how big to make it, honestly. I think that big will be enough. You know? That big of an area. And then maybe we can get away with adding a little bit of a wooden door down here as well. I don't know if this will hopefully keep it a little bit more sealed or control the temperature a little bit better. Not sure, but you know, if it does, it does, and that'll be great. Okay, so that'll take them a while to dig out. And if they do fall down here, luckily they can kind of dig themselves out in a way. So I'm not overly worried about that. Wood, we are out of wood, so let's chop some more trees. Still, you know, probably because we haven't gone through multiple years yet in game. You know, if anything like timber and stone has taught me over the years is trees will probably take a long time to regrow. And if that's the case, I'm fine with that, right? I think that'll be great. Because that kind of encourages, you know, saving, you know, wood, not cutting down the young ones, things like that. But also at the same time, I just don't know. You know, there's a lot of forest up there that we have to work with still, though. Okay, so that'll be another little home. How's our research? We're at 120, so we're getting pretty close. I kind of wanna, I don't know what to get first. Probably tailoring and then cooking, because I have a feeling it's summer now. By the way, day 1. I wasn't paying attention to how many days are each season, but last time I kind of looked, it was around day 10. So I'm gonna assume 10 to 15 days is a season. So it's summer now, fog, and if that's the case, I'm gonna have to start being able to produce clothing for our people. Now, and because we're gonna need winter clothes at some point. Barking up the wrong tree, he was found faint and bleeding by a citizen of Aldford from the axe and the shattered lumber. Adam clearly had woodcutting mishap. Yes, welcome to Aldford. Yeah, we don't have enough beds for him just yet. Yeah, we don't have enough beds for him just yet. But I do need to get tailoring to prep for winter. For sure. Let's take a look at Adam, our new member here. See kind of what they have. Inventory. Sturdy leather winter clothes. That's actually pretty good. Flimsy. He's got a good hatchet. I don't know if it does damage. It does some damage. Not great on damage. Skills wise, pretty good at carpentry. Melee is pretty good. Smithing's pretty good. So let's go to our schedule. Make sure Adam kind of matches up with everyone. There. And jobs. So Adam's new. All right, so we got another person. And it looks like they're going to specialize in tailoring, carpentry, smithing for the most part. So they're kind of our crafter. That's cool. That is cool. Also, I do still think I can rename anyone that I want. I'm not sure. Let me... Yes, I can. Yeah. Let's do... I'm going to rename you back to what you are. So if you guys do want to join the village, definitely let me know. These are kind of pre-recorded in bulk in a way, so you might not immediately join, but I'll definitely try and catch up with all the comments eventually and get everyone kind of named in the village. So if you have a person you want to be, what profession maybe you're more interested in, let me know. You might not get it. You know, it kind of depends on how many people want to be like a blacksmith, right? You really only need one. So those are factors, but at the same time, definitely let me know if there's anything you guys want to be. Scroll down here. See how many. I think we're probably kind of short on food a little bit. I mean, right now they can kind of eat berries, which is totally fine. You know, they can live off berries. But of course in winter, that's going to be a big problem long term. And so the people that we equip with bows will eventually have to start hunting for us. That's a little bit of a priority. New house is coming together pretty nice. Look at that. We're getting like a little bit of a street. We got a campfire in the middle of the goddamn road. That's fine. That's okay. I kind of like the fact that they don't build roofing until all the support beams are constructed. I think that makes sense, you know? I think that makes sense. So we got plenty of wood. Let's make sure this isn't set for materials wood or sticks. And make sure it's not set for any food. It's not. Alright, so they're down here. They're digging this out. And honestly, I was a little worried that this floor would collapse, but it doesn't look like it will. I'm sure if I built up more and more, or dug out more and more of the floor, it might. So I'm going to preemptively put some beams. Just in case. Because I don't want the floor to suddenly kind of collapse and we lose a bunch of items that are on the stockpile and things kind of get misplaced and, you know, you kind of run into a bit of an issue with that in a way. So let's get this. I will say it gets a little hard to see in the building mode, even when you are kind of using the layering, because the layers are so big, you know, it just gets a little hard to see exactly what you're kind of putting down. Especially if there's zones like above. So we'll do that. Okay. And we will build a nice limestone floor down here. Okay. And then that way I can move this food storage down below. Long term. Long term stuff. You know, I kind of want to see if I can do this. Let me try this. Because I want a little bit of a more interesting design. So it's not like sticking out. Can I get away with that? You know, that way we have a little bit of sloping aesthetic to the cellar entryway, and it's not just like a flat box sticking out. I know these are roof tiles, but you know, you kind of use anything that you can in a way. How much limestone do we got? I think we got plenty, kind of stacked up over here from the quarry that they were working on. Okay, I'll slow down time a little bit. Let's take a research, 210. Okay, so I can get tailoring now. So we can unlock that. And with that in place, I'm going to get flax kind of growing here at our farm. So a nice long row of flax to kind of seal that in there. Villagers are losing blood. Adam? You dying? I think he's okay. Deep arm. Oh. Okay. He's gonna die. I don't have any way to heal that, I don't think. Because we don't have any sort of... Needles, threads, shears can be found for sewing and mending. Yeah, that's a huge problem. I didn't realize he was bleeding. Shit. Actually, no. I'm gonna stick it in this building here. Oop, accidentally clicked out. Let's do production, sewing station. Can I stick it like right there? Come on, build it. I need to get Adam some HP here, and if he loses all his blood, he'll probably die. So that's an ASAP kind of item here. Oh no, he's getting healed by Osana a little bit. Ooh, we might have lucked out. We might have lucked out. Like, just barely there. So, I don't know how she healed him. I don't know how the healing mechanics work. Usually you have to have, like, bandages and stuff made, but, that's fine. You know, I'll take it. Let's get a stockpile down here now, and, clear all and food. And carcass. Not animal carcass. Or not human carcass. Actually, no carcass. Just the this will where we keep the good food. I might maybe make an additional cellar where we keep the not so good food. You know. All right, so the cellar is good to go, I think. So you just have to store some things. This now can do allow all, no food, and no carcasses, and yeah, sure, just general allow all is okay. That's okay for now. So we got a little bit of a food cellar now. So that's pretty cool. It looks like this wooden half roof isn't going to be built because of, you know, these kind of products, which is fine. I think that's okay. It was a little unreasonable to think that we could clip some items together like that. Okay, so now we have a white straw hat. I'm assuming this might help with heat stroke, maybe. 80 clothing fabric. How do you get clothing fabric? Info. Produce winter clothes, cap, hide straw. Okay, let's look at some more production. Sewing station. I don't see any sort of like loom to make clothing. Like there's a loom part of the sewing station, but I don't know what constitutes clothing fabric. I just kind of don't know. Let's pause real quick. I need to get the 2 new beds in for these here. And I'm not going to have a wall dividing that. We're going to have a small table for the 2 residents that will be living here. Decoration, we'll get some wall sconce as well. Let's bring up the level a bit. Kind of like that. It's okay. And we'll let them build. Now, what will most likely happen, what happened with Osana when she joined the village, she ended up being chased by some people. So we could get some bandits coming back through the area. So that's something to kind of just watch out for. I'm going to extend the roadway a little bit through town. And I kind of want to just keep it a little patchy. And just maybe get some paths going to front doors at this stage. Okay. And I don't know how big of a force we could expect to attack us. If this is going to be anything like a RimWorld, most likely we'll be outnumbered most of the time, long term. So that's something to really be concerned about. Alright, so everyone's kind of sleeping. So we'll get 2 new comfortable beds. We have a workstation now. And we're going to be making some straw hats. Now, who is going to be our tailor, most likely? Let's look at jobs. Tailor is probably going to be either Adam or Pentecost. But Pentecost also is going to be focusing on hunting, which means... Actually, no. He can't hunt, so... he's not going to be doing that at all. Someone needs to be... Man, Henrik, you kind of do everything. So Henrik, I don't think you're going to be researching anymore. You're going to be our hunter. Osana, cooking. Mainly cooking, tend. What's this? What is convalesce? I don't know. She's kind of like our camp organizer in a way. Henrik, though, we'll get him to start hunting for us. Because it looks like he kind of cuts plants, harvests plants, grow plants, so he's kind of like our main food provider in a way. So let's get some hunting going, huh? Let's get maybe go after that deer. Let's see how well he does at it. He's chasing it down with his crossbow. Oh, 18. Ooh, okay, miss. Running away. It's at the edge of the map. Okay, we got it. We got a deer. Look at that, guys. And Osana will come out here and I guess pick it up. I'm glad you can fit that whole deer into your backpack, Osana, you know? Props to you on that. That's impressive stuff, in my opinion. That's our research. We're at 130, so we're getting pretty close to cook. And once we get cooking, I will need to build a little bit more of a final butcher kind of structure. Let's zoom down here. Yeah, we straight up got a deer harvest, don't we? It's a carcass. Let's produce this. Produce forever. Produce raw meat forever, please. Good job, Henrik. And Pentecost is gonna butcher it up, I guess, real quick. I don't know how much meat we'll get out of just that little bit. We got some leather out of it, which is pretty good. 33 raw meat, wow. So that means we can start getting the smokers, you know, online and producing stuff. So that's a completely new. Okay, smoking meats, prepping ingredients. So that's completely new for us there. And look, we got food down here. And now that we actually have food down here, let's test. This is the final thing. Decaying because of temperature again. But look at how long this bee pile. Pile decomposes in 38.8 days. Decaying because of temperature. Rots in 11.2 days because of temperature. I think this is still performing a lot better than keeping it on the upper floor. So regardless, I think that's an improvement. Something that I would like to see long term is being able to assign beds to people. I think that's super important because you'd want people to live and sleep near their work location long term overall. So if the devs, again, if you're watching it, I think that would be cool to see. Otherwise, I think we are done with this episode. You know, we have Smokehouse up and running. We've got a wall sconce that doesn't want to be placed, so I'll get rid of that. We got a new cellar down here for long-term food storage. So we are prepping this whole summer for winter, getting ready. We're growing flax to hopefully produce cloth. And overall, we're surviving. You know, the town is growing. And next episode, we'll start worrying about a little bit more of a final cooking type of location. And we'll keep kind of hunting animals, I would say. So with that, thanks so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying Going Medieval, definitely leave a like. Leave a comment on what structures you might want to see built in this series. Ideas for profession buildings, things like that are always welcome. Go ahead and ring that bell so you can get notifications when we upload throughout the week. And we'll see you guys in the next video.